Hi guys, this is Miss Carballo, and today we're going to graph linear equations onto a coordinate plane. So we're going to take an equation or a rule and figure out the x and the y's, the inputs and the outputs, and then take those points and graph them. So a quick review from last week, when I gave you the equation or a rule or a function, and then I gave you the x values in a table. We just plugged the x value into the x on this side to solve for the equals y. And you can use Desmos calculator for that. So you're going to enter in the -4 where the x is on your calculator to figure out the y. So -4 plus 5 is 1, and that will be our y. So I'm going to do that for each one of these. I'm going to put -1 where the x is, and then I'm going to put this into my calculator because that will equal the y if x is -1. And then 0 plus 5 is 5. So whenever x is 0 for this rule, the y will be 5. When I plug in a 0 for x, the y is 5. And then the bottom one is 1, and 1 plus 5 is 6. So these are my y values for these x values. When x was -4, y was 1. And today we're going to take that -4, 1, and we're going to plot it on a coordinate plane. All right, so let's do one more where there's 2 steps. So if I have -2 times x minus 4. So remember when you substitute in the x values, guys, put the parentheses around. It's just like when we did substitution with order of operations. You gotta put the parentheses so you don't mess up on the negatives, okay? So -2 times -5 minus 4. So that's this expression goes with this -5, right? And I gotta multiply first, so negative, and just put this in the Desmos calculator. You can put this whole expression, it will do order of operations for you. So -2 times -5 is 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. All right, now the x is a -2. So I'm going to put a -2 and I'm going to multiply it by -2. I'm plugging in a -2 for x. And then I'll plug in a 0 for x. And then I'll plug in a 1 for x. All right, so -2 times -2 is 4, and 4 minus 4 is 0. -2 times 0 is 0, and 0 minus 4 is -4. -2 times 1 is -2. -2 minus 4 is -6. All right, so these are the y values that goes with the x's. That's what we did last week. So now we're going to graph. We're going to take all of those points and we're going to graph a function. So first you're going to choose x values if I don't give them to you. If they're not there on the x table, you get to pick them, but I always pick the easiest one. So I always start with 0 and 1 and -1 and 2 and -2, right? Pick the ones that are also on your graph. So if our graph only goes up to 10, you don't want to pick 100 as your x because it will not be on the graph, okay? So you're going to choose x values that were on your graphing window if I don't give you the x. Then you're going to find the y value by doing order of operations and plugging in the x number, and then do follow order of operations, right? And that will give you the y value. And then you're going to graph the ordered pair. It's going to give you an x and a y. And then you're going to connect the points with a straight line. You're going to put arrows at the ends, and you're going to make sure that it extends past all the dots. So let's see what that looks like. So here's our equation. And this is when I've already given you the x. See, this whole table already has the x there. So you're going to plug this -4 into the x. -4 plus 5 will help us figure out the y. -4 plus 5 is 1. So for the -4, this is 1. Now let's go down here. What's -1 plus 5? 4. Now I'm going to put in a 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. And now I'm going to put in a 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. I've just created 4 ordered pairs. And now I'm going to plot those points. Start at my origin. I'm going to go left. This is my x. So I'm going to go left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go up 1 and plot a point. Okay, now I'm going to start back at my origin, or 0, 0. I'm going to go left 1 and up 4. Remember that negatives are left or down, so left 1 and up 4. And then I'm going to plot a point. And then 0, 5. So 0 means I don't go left or right, and then I go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 6, right? 1 up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to connect these points with a line and put arrows at the ends because this line actually goes on forever. So these are not the only 4 points on this line, on this function. It goes on forever. There's an infinite amount of points that I could have plotted on this line. Okay, so we took an equation or a function or a rule, and we figured out x's and y's to make points. All right, let's try another one. So now my rule is -2 times x minus 4. So remember, plug in my -5. So -2 times -5 is 10, and 10 minus 4 is 6. All right, now I'm going to plug in my -2. -2 times -2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. And then I'm going to plug in a 0. -2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 4 is -4. And then I'm going to plug in a 1. -2 minus 4 is -6. So here are my 4 ordered pairs. Start at my 0. Left 5, up 6. Okay, go back to 0. Left 2, and then I don't go up or down. Okay, the 0 first means I don't go left or right. And then I go down 4. And then 1, 6. 1, -6. Right 1, down 6. Then I'm going to connect them with a line and have arrows at the ends. So I'm going from an equation, making an XY table so that I can figure out what the points are on the coordinate plane. Okay, that's graphing from an equation or a rule.